Hello again, I'm Greg Miller, Project Director for T. Stegamot on the Victorian Desalination Project. 12 months ago, 50 people started work in an empty paddock. Today there's more than 3,000 people working right across the project, including 1,600 people on the desalination plant site alone. Winter weather has presented some challenges, like it does for any construction project. Planning for this is standard practice, and we're still on track to deliver the project by December 2011. Bulk earthworks are now complete, and foundations are progressing well on the 29 buildings that make up the desalination plant. We've also started installing the mechanical components that support the desalination process. 72 dual meteor filtration units, or DMPFs, are being progressively transported to the plant site for installation. The DMPF units filter out the sand and sediment from seawater before it goes through the desalination process. Transporting loads of this size is standard practice for major construction projects and involves a complex logistic exercise, planned to the minute and approved by Vic Roads.
The units are approximately 38 metres long, moving from the web dock in Melbourne all the way down to Wonthaggi. All loads are moved at night to minimise the impact on other road users. We have traffic control teams and pilots the whole way for the safety of other vehicles.
In the reverse osmosis building, we recently installed the first supporting racks that will house the 55,000 ultrafine membranes that are at the very heart of the desalination process.
The racks are a group of tubes in which we house the membranes. The water comes through the membrane at the end, when 2 liters of seawater come in and 1 liter is returned back to the sea.
The roof of the reverse osmosis building is also taking shape, ready for installation of the green roof, the biggest of its kind in Australia. And Victorian supplier Phytogreen has been awarded a $4.3 million contract to design, supply and install the plants for the green roof.
We're going to use about 100,000 plants that have all been specifically chosen to match the local Providence Indigenous guidelines.
Apprentices and trainees are among the team building Victoria's new desalination plant, many of them from the local area.
I'm a third-year apprentice out here on the site. I'll finish my apprenticeship out here and move on in the construction industry. It'll be a really good experience. It'll be good to tell people that I've worked on the desalination project.
Tunnel boring machine Wonthaggi Maggie is now deep underground, boring a 1.2 kilometre long seawater intake tunnel. She was recently joined by the second TBM, Rocking Ruby, boring a 1.5 kilometre long outlet tunnel. We're also getting ready to build the seawater intake and outlet structures later this year. These structures will sit on the seabed, drawing seawater into the plant and returning seawater concentrate at the end of the desalination process. The design and location of these structures has been thoroughly investigated, scientifically tested and approved by the EPA. Their construction and operation will be subject to ongoing monitoring to ensure that any impacts to the marine environment are minimised. The marine structures will be built from an offshore work platform called a jack-up barge. The barge will be set up off Williamsons beach for around 6 months, during which time a temporary marine exclusion zone will apply. This is simply to ensure a safe boundary between construction activities and other people and boats out on the water. Out on the pipe and underground power supply, work is progressing at a rapid rate. More than 35 kilometres of pipeline has been installed, including 20 road and waterway crossings. Over 18 kilometres of power cable has also been laid, including the first cable joints, which will help to insulate and protect the power cable once it's underground. If you'd like to find out more information about the Victorian Desalination Project,